At 4:50 in the morning, my doorbell had a nervous breakdown. I stumbled to the door and found three people, a blur-eyed cop, a property manager, and Denise Crowley, president of Maple Crest Reserve HOA. She pointed a manicured finger at my face and shrieked that my lease was up. She insisted I was illegally occupying the property and that I was supposed to be out by midnight. I'm Marcus Hale, a software engineer. I owned this house and had for 3 years. I sighed, walked to the kitchen, and pulled out my deed and closing packet. The cop took the folder, and his eyebrows went up. Denise's face went from righteous fury to confused buffering. Denise's obsession with ownership culture had escalated since renters moved in. She hated them, believing they caused 90% of their problems. When some property manager updated their mailing list wrong, marking my address as renter-occupied, Denise decided this was her chance. Despite my multiple replies that I was the owner, she sent a lease termination reminder, fined me for a non-compliant grill, and repeatedly treated me as a problematic tenant. I returned to the porch. Officer Ramirez checked his computer. County records showed Marcus Hale as the owner since 2022. He turned to Denise and told her this wasn't a rental, her system was wrong. Denise snapped that the board had voted to terminate my lease for violations and that my refusal to leave was trespassing. Ramirez held up a hand. He asked if she told dispatch I was illegally squatting and might become hostile. She confirmed she told them I was ignoring a lawful order from the HOA. Ramirez said she had made a false report, misrepresented her authority, and misused 911. I looked at him and said, "Yes, I want to file a report. Harassment, false report, and trespassing." Denise's mouth fell open. "I'm the HOA president. This is my job." I decided this was war, but with PDFs. I spent the next week building a digital murder board. I compiled the deed, my payment history, the 4:50 a.m. lease termination notice she taped to my door, and the police incident report. The notice explicitly stated my lease is hereby terminated for failure to comply with occupancy documentation policies and repeated violations. Something an HOA cannot legally do to an owner, or even a tenant. I took everything to real estate attorney Jordan Mendes. Jordan stated Denise's actions qualified as attempted wrongful eviction, false report, and harassment, noting her use of tenant records to apply different treatment was a legal nightmare. I told him to light her up. Jordan filed a harassment and wrongful eviction complaint and sent a scathing letter to the HOA board, copying the HOA's insurance carrier. The 911 recording, where Denise's voice said she had illegal tenants refusing to leave the property, who may become violent, was obtained via open records request. I spent the weekend talking to neighbors, finding a clear pattern of behavior: unauthorized backyard inspections, threats, and comments about unstable streets. The emergency HOA meeting was packed. I plugged in my laptop and pulled up slide 1, Who owns my house? I displayed the county website, my deed, and the incorrect tenant profile. Then I played the 911 call. Denise went stiff. My next slides detailed the illegal nature of the 4:50 a.m. lease termination and read excerpts from state statutes confirming the HOA cannot evict, terminate a lease, or misuse emergency services. I revealed I had filed complaints and was pursuing civil remedies. The HOA's insurance representative, realizing the liability exposure from the president's conduct, spoke up: if an HOA officer is misrepresenting their legal authority and abusing emergency services, that is a significant liability exposure. The quiet board treasurer, Ron, finally spoke: I move that we remove Crowley as president immediately for misuse of authority and endangering the association. The board voted 4-1 to remove her. Denise sputtered that they couldn't do this, that she was the HOA. She stormed out, knocking over a folding chair. The city hit Denise with a $1,500 fine for misuse of emergency services. My attorney quickly settled a civil claim for harassment and attempted wrongful eviction. The settlement covered my legal fees plus $5,000 in damages. Crucially, the HOA insurance refused to cover Denise's actions, forcing her to pay the entire settlement and fine personally. When the property manager read the final terms at the next board meeting, Denise sat in the back row, her face the color of a stop sign. She stood up, said, "This is ridiculous," and walked out for the last time. Within a month, a for sale sign appeared in front of her house. The neighborhood was quiet again, the peace secured not by stern rules, but by a well-organized computer folder.